Welcome back to the STI E85 garage. I'm about to embark on the greatest project I've ever done in my life. So, basically what we're doing is I am going to disassemble this STI down to its shell. I then am going to transfer everything from this STI into my BAJA. This will be a time-consuming process, but basically what I'm going to do is start with the transmission, the 6-speed that's in the STI, refresh the built motor that's in the STI, and then drop that into the BAJA. I'm also going to try and get the dash and the gauge cluster and all that stuff into the BAJA if it'll fit. I'm not sure if it will fit or not, so it's just going to be a test to see if I can get it. If not, I'll definitely do the steering column, the gauge cluster, the immobilizer, the ECU, basically everything. I'm going to be parting out stuff that I'm not going to use, like the roll cage, all the body panels, the carbon Kevlar flares. These are the first ones that Carlton had made, and I helped prototype them. It's kind of hard to see because it's so dark here with the tarp up, but these are carbon Kevlar, and I hand laid them myself, so they're pretty badass. They've got a blue Kevlar in them. The air-to-water intercooler setup I'm going to sell, and hopefully somebody else can get some use out of it, but it's going to be a complete kit, including the front bumper. All the extra parts that I'm not going to use will just go on Craigslist, and I won't be responding to any lowballer text messages or anything like that. The price that I put on there is the price it's going to sell for. So anyhow, today's Friday, October 10th once again, and I'm about to start tearing this STI apart. Last time it'll be together. The shell is going to the crusher, or somebody can come get it. It'll probably still have the front and back glass in it, but all the doors and everything are going on Craigslist. So I've had enough of the childish behavior of high school kids with their STIs, and I'm just kind of outgrown the whole STI thing. It's not a very practical car for me. I do a lot more with the BAJA, and my long-term plans are to try and get a hatchback STI and just leave it OEM, but that's just down the road quite a ways. So anyhow, this is it. Friday, October 10th. Full disassembly is about to begin. Plan to get the motor and transmission out today, and slowly start taking everything else apart after that. Anyhow, see you on the flip side. Alright, we're about 4 hours into it. Got the whole front disassembled. The motor is pretty much ready to pull. Just got to disconnect the pitch mount and the transmission and the downpipe. All the electrical is ripped out, and moving right along. Air-to-water intercooler's gone. Got all that stuff out. Just gonna keep moving forward. Alright. Been working on this for, well, I don't know, about 3 hours this morning, 2 or 3 hours. I got the entire front subframe motor transmission ready to pull. I'm gonna pick it with the cherry picker and set it down on some boards, but it's pretty much ready to go. So I'm gonna cut the whole front of the car off here if I can't slide it out underneath, but yeah, it's ready to go. So start the next video when I got this baby pulled out. Alright, there it is, the entire front part of an STI. 6-speed transmission, built motor, pretty cool looking. It's only about 10 or 12 bolts holding this whole front end on, which is pretty amazing. Easy to work on. And there's the remainder of the car there. Now I just get to go through and pull out all the wiring harness, keep that in one piece, deal with all the brake and all that other stuff, and then it's time to rip out the rear diff, which is held in by about 10 bolts as well. This one won't be so bad though, it's already ready to go. Alright. Came out real easy, no problems. None whatsoever. Well, it's about 10:30. I've been out here for about 4.5 hours this morning. Look what we got here. All ripped into pieces. The separating of the motor and the transmission will take place another day, as I still have a roll cage and a bunch of other stuff I want to get out of the car and put it down on some dollies so I can push it around the driveway and move it around if I need to. Anyhow, just thought I'd show some progress. Kind of see what the interior looks like here. I gotta get the cage and the stereo and the steering column and all that crap out of here, so anyhow, I better get back to it. Well, the parts list is getting bigger. Let's see here. Got all this stuff, the subframe, the rear subframe. The car is torn apart. There's not much left. A lot of the stuff I've been doing is just grab, rip, and pull, because I'm not going to reuse it, so it's all going to the dump. The dash, that'll be probably next weekend. I need to label all the wiring harnesses, make sure I got everything right. Anyhow, that's the update. Alright, total disassembly. All I got left to do is wiring harness and the dash in the front of the car through the firewall. And this is the huge mess we have. All ready for winter time fun here in the garage. Should be a fun project. It only took me 10 hours total to disassemble the entire car. It'll probably take me another 4 or 5 to do the wiring harness. I'm going to label all the wiring harness connectors and then pull everything out so it's all in one piece. And then the hood and the trunk come off and go up for sale, and that's it.